one of the key characteristics of the disorder is that you have enthusiasm for an idea or project. Your enthusiasm for that idea or project is something that comes while or maybe because the frontal lobe is heavily stimulated. That's where you make your prefrontal lobe is where you make your plan. So you've got this plan for what you want to do, and you see this in kids in elementary school all the time. They have a vision of what they want to do, and then what happens is maybe their peers don't like it, maybe their boss doesn't like it, or their teacher doesn't like it if you're a boss in my case, or maybe it doesn't turn out the way you want. There's some obstacle, or it wasn't as much fun as you thought. And so that transition of having all that excitement and energy and positive attachment to your plans, and then losing that or being blocked from that, brings depression. And so this is the link between executive function disorder and manic depression. And you can do the research to try to see, is there any treatment for this? And I tend to shy away from anything pharmaceutical. I'm not telling you what to do, just for myself, speaking as a person, personally. I don't believe that is productive or helpful. And I can go into reasons why if we ever meet. But let's just say I'm looking for a solution that's not based on taking some pill. So what is the solution? And I have as I mention often, I have a BA in anthropology from Cornell University. And so I keep coming back to this idea that it is the story. It is the story we tell ourselves about any event or phenomena. And so what is the story that we tell, usually with executive function disorder? We say, oh, I don't know what I was thinking yesterday, but today this is not working. Or I was so happy yesterday, but now I'm not happy. Or it doesn't have to be yesterday, it could be 5 minutes ago. But the point is, the you that you are in this moment isn't feeling the excitement that the you that you were before. And so the natural story to tell, the natural story is one of loss. The value of the work of Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey is this idea that we come full circle by facing our demons, our temptations, our shadows, our fears, right? We face those things, and then we come out somehow better for it. And so that is helpful, but I think we need to go one step further and apply what I call neo-quantum jumping. And it's basically named after this guy a few years back who had this, I never really explored it, but he had this idea that you could jump into a better quantum reality, a better version of yourself. Right? If there's an infinite number of versions of yourself, you could jump into a better one. And if you're really unhappy with your life, you imagine, well, there's a better version, there's a better way things could have gone or things could go forward, and I want to be there. Well, with executive function disorder, you had that vision, right? And you're not there anymore. You lost it. Somehow, something came up. And I think with quantum jumping, he might be trying to fight against that turn of events and bring you back to where you were. But to me, it's all centered around the law of impermanence. So you have an excitement, you have a project, you have a situation, you have some kind of attachment to your thoughts or to your circumstances or to your identity, and then life takes it away, right? With dementia, it takes away your literal memories and eventually many aspects of who you thought that you were. And so we can treat this loss, the loss of the excitement about your plan with executive function disorder, or the loss of your memories with dementia, as a loss. But if you look at the full circle of Joseph Campbell, how stories have been told in cultures for centuries, or if you look at this idea of infinite number of versions of yourself, you are the version of yourself, or you are the new agent or iteration sent down from the cosmos, sent from heaven, sent from the divine, sent from the formless, wherever you want to say you came from, doesn't matter. You came, and here you are. You're here right now. And guess what? You're not able to access the memories, or you're not able to access the plan, or the plan that seemed so great yesterday or 5 minutes ago has fallen apart due to an obstacle or a new insight or boredom or whatever it is, right? In both cases with dementia and executive function disorder, you are now the agent who is at a loss. You are the agent who's not able to do what former agents were able to do or feel the excitement that they had. Your job is to experience that loss. And the more you can accept that, oh, I'm here to just experience the loss. I can't be that guy or that woman who was there, right? I have to be this one. And if you can bring equanimity and peace and non-judgment to it and realize you too will fade, right? Just like that agent who had access to the memories, or that agent who had access to the plan, excitement about the plan, the feedback of an inflated identity or vision, that person faded away, and you will also. You're bringing a value to, above all other things perhaps, almost all other things, the law of impermanence. And I say almost all other things because there's something, in theory, beyond impermanence, right? There's something beyond identity or memories or status or plans, which is the eternal. And you can call it whatever you want. You can call it God, the universe, existence, the forever now. There's a million terms you can use, but if we're grasping to be who we were when we had those memories or that plan or that excitement or whatever we were attached to, if we have an attachment to that, if we're focused on that, then we're focused on something that is impermanent. And so the loss of it, while it feels terrible, is actually pointing us toward the law of impermanence and the infinite, that which is above, the one thing that is everything, that is above what is impermanent. And so those people who don't have executive function disorder, those people who don't have memory loss, attention disorders, feel they're the lucky ones and you're the unlucky ones. But if you realize that the law of impermanence and focusing on what is the eternal is the reason we're here. We're not here to hold on to these attachments like memory and plans and visions and grandiosity and accomplishing. We're here to see and appreciate and accept and have equanimity about, no resistance toward, the law of impermanence and that which can't be grasped, the eternal. So with the eternal, we keep saying, that's not it. That's not it. In India, they could say neti neti, right? That's not it. Not this, not this. Keep looking, keep looking. Any kind of satisfaction you're getting, that's not it. Because it's one frame, it's one slice of the pie, one frame of the film, it's one concept. Just toss it aside because you know the infinite is not just that. You don't want to grasp onto any concept or any vision. You don't even want to necessarily have to manage what the future is or comment on the past. You want to be totally here in the present. You know, there's a Harvard professor, a TED Talk, super famous, who says there's no present, there's only past and future. And nobody challenges this nonsense. There is no past and future. That's all a story. All there is this moment. You're an agent sent down from the cosmos, from the formless. You're here. You're looking around. You're trying to grasp at whatever was possessed by that former agent, if it was a good thing, right? You're trying to hold on to those memories. What was I just doing? What's the name for this thing? Who's this woman who's in the bed beside me, right? It's logical to be grasping for that. But that's you being the agent trying to be the former agent. No, you're here now. The more you can see, you don't need to recall those plans or glory of the former agent if it's executive function disorder, or the memories of the former agent if it's dementia. The more you can accept that loss and say, okay, well, it doesn't matter because that wasn't who I am, then the more peace you'll have. The same with the future. Now, the future's tricky because you do need to fulfill your responsibilities and you do need to act with virtue, because if you drop those two things, then you get into sticky business. So while you are showing up for whatever is the requirements of your life, whether it's a job or school or whatever, while your brain, your prefrontal lobe, will try to move you to escape plans of how you're going to get out of class or the job, or how you're going to win, or while the mind is like, oh, I can't remember this anymore, so therefore there's a loss and I'm depressed. Before you go into all those stories, or even if you notice all those stories happening, realize that you're about to fade. And the message you want to send forward to the new agent is, it's all about equanimity. It's all about saying, not this, keep looking. It's all about the law of